As a child, I felt myself to be alone, and I am still, because I know things and must hint at things which others apparently know nothing of, and for the most part do not want to know. The highest, most decisive experience is to be alone with one's own self. You must be alone to find out what supports you when you find that you cannot support yourself. Only this experience can give you an indestructible foundation. It all depends on how we look at things, and not on how things are in themselves. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Midlife is the time to let go of an over-dominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. The reason for evil in the world is that people are not able to tell their stories. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. The more a man lays stress on false possessions, and the less sensitivity he has for what is essential, the less satisfying is his life. He feels limited because he has limited aims, and the result is envy and jealousy. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. Somewhere, right at the bottom of one's own being, one generally does know where one should go and what one should do. But there are times when the clown we call behaves in such a distracting fashion that the inner voice cannot make its presence felt. It is often tragic to see how blatantly a man bungles his own life and the lives of others, yet remains totally incapable of seeing how much the whole tragedy originates in himself, and how he continually feeds it and keeps it going. We no longer live on what we have, but on promises. No longer in the present day, but in the darkness of the future, which we expect will at last bring the proper sunrise. I am no longer alone with myself, and I can only artificially recall the scary and beautiful feeling of solitude. This is the shadow side of the fortune of love. Whenever we give up, leave behind, and forget too much, there is always the danger that the things we have neglected will return with added force. Anyone who attempts to do both, to adjust to his group and at the same time pursue his individual goal, becomes neurotic. We are born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. I am astonished, disappointed, pleased with myself. I am distressed, depressed, rapturous. I am all these things at once and cannot add up the sum. The fact that a man who goes his own way ends in ruin means nothing. He must obey his own law, as if it were a demon whispering to him of new and wonderful paths. I have always been impressed by the fact that there are a surprising number of individuals who never use their minds if they can avoid it, and an equal number who do use their minds, but in an amazingly stupid way.